Okay, so hey y'all, it's Day. So I'm gonna be doing a reading for you guys, and I'm literally laughing right now because I didn't even know that my phone could do this. I just randomly thought today, I want to see if I can record myself reading an astrology chart. And so here we are. I'm one of those people that I get a new phone and I'll be all excited and stuff, but I really don't take the time to learn the features on the phone like I'm supposed to. So, love that for you. This is cool. Okay. So, I wanted to do a reading for us today, you guys, looking at the what's going on in astrology right now. And I'm probably not going to get through all of these phases, but let's just see where it takes us. What's drawing my attention right now and what I was really attracted to that I wanted to talk about is the Lilith that has been in our first house. So the Lilith can represent kind of like taboo desires, taboo inclinations that we may have and want to lean more into, want to explore more, want to really be given permission to just enjoy and embrace and experience. But a lot of times, whoever that message is for is like, a lot of times it's suppressed. And it may be through unspoken rules, it may be family, definitely our society, and just the culture that we may have grown up in or that we currently find ourselves in, that this is not what you're supposed to do. This is not ladylike. Just seen a clip of a celebrity being asked questions. I think like, does she smoke or something? And she was just saying like, no, I don't smoke because I don't think that's ladylike. And that's one of the things that have been a saying for a long time, like, oh, smoking is not ladylike. And I'm just thinking about all the women back in those days that may have wanted to smoke or did smoke but feel like they had to go around the corner to do so because someone decided, and even more people decided to regurgitate that information, that it's not ladylike to smoke. According to who? Like, smoking is equally bad for everyone. Well, maybe not necessarily, because when women smoke, it affects not just them, but their child and their child's child. So I can't really say that, but I'm just saying like who decided what is ladylike? But anyways, the black moon Lilith is currently in the first house that is ruled by Sagittarius at this time. And so, whoever you are, whoever this message is for, you may be finding yourself realizing and feeling more heavily, because our desires don't go away, right? More heavily, more prominently, you're feeling this urge, this inclination to lean more into your desires. And it's being expressed through the form of Sagittarius. And Sagittariuses are known for being the explorer. They're known for going on expeditions. They're known for going the distance. And not just in the tangible world, they are known for having grandiose, huge, big ideas, and they seem to not be shaken nor stirred by their own ideas. These are the people that'll just casually tell you, like, yeah, I want to own an amusement park, or I want to start an amusement park, or yeah, I'm gonna be, doing this overseas. And if you're someone that's not used to being around somebody that has these big ideas, and they say them so frivolously, like they're not worried about what Virgo worries about, like, how are we going to come up with the money? How much time and effort it might take to get there? They're not worried about transportation. They literally are just, it's thought first. and then everything else follows. So, with the Black Moon Lilith being in Sagittarius in the first house right now, collectively, we're all being encouraged in our own ways to kind of like lean more into our desires, lean more into aspects of ourselves and aspects of our lives that we want to kind of like, it's like we want to explore it, saying it, but it is us. We want to explore ourselves. We want to be seen. We want to feel witnessed. We want to explore an aspect of ourselves that has yet been given permission to explore. And one thing that I have noticed that is like kind of a experience that Sagittariuses have is that they are constantly directly being opposed by their environment, by uh, the people around them. They constantly are having to fight for this big, dreamy expedition that is attached to them. So it's kind of like having wings already installed, built in. You were born with wings, but everything else around you is constantly trying to put you in a cage, put you in a box, tell you, you need to trim your wings. It's socially acceptable to, you know, whatever it is, in whatever form the handcuffs come in. You know what I'm saying? In whatever form the handcuffs come in, people are constantly trying to convince them to put them on, and they have to constantly remind themselves that putting the handcuffs on is a choice. And even though spiritual team constantly comes in and tell us that's a choice, to be upset is a choice, to be thinking that you're limited is a choice, to have this perspective is a choice. Even though we know, or we're realizing that it is a choice, we also understand, and our spiritual team understand, that it is, there are still cause and effects for the choices that we make, even when we're making the right choice. In general, even if we're making the right choice, even if we're making the right choice for ourselves, even if we're being selfish, there are still, I'm hearing backlash that often comes with it. But our spiritual team always comes through in my readings to tell us that we can walk through it. It's meant to walk through. That's a part of our journey. Yeah, people are going to have a lot to say. Oh, I'm getting upset. So it looks like the moon has just recently entered into the second house in Capricorn. And you know, Capricorns is known for being that corporate boss, that CEO, that uh, that basically that kind of pinnacle, what people look to in the many forms that that could be, whether it's, I'm hearing, a wedding, an anniversary. You know, people look to, you know, certain couples are, oh, they're the pinnacle. People look to certain roles, jobs, positions. It's like, oh, that's the pinnacle. People look at different forms of attire, like the red bottoms, the, I don't know, the car as the pinnacle. So as we're being reminded of that, with the Capricorn being being the expression of the second house at this particular time, you guys, at this particular time, it's very much giving integrity. So it's not just, we're not just looking at the surface level of Capricorn energy right now. So, a lot of people, you may be able to witness or identify, even in yourself as well as others, that people really don't be what they thought that they were. People really not giving what they had gave. Like, you know, a lot, it's a lot like there are and were seasons where people were able to walk in the energy of, which is also not inherently bad. A lot of times we do have to walk in the energy of, especially when we don't have the material things. You know, that's where the best creativity comes from. You see online a lot of people that don't have certain things, but they are so creative. They're making the best art because they don't have everything. So they had to be creative, and look what had come of it. But right now, as it relates to the Capricorn in the second house, right now, the house of values, people is looking, I'm hearing frantic. People is looking like, I'm seeing somebody exhausted. Do y'all remember Doug Funny? Like how he had these like five little strands of hairs on his head, and he would still go and get his hair cut, and they would get, anyways. People are looking frantic. People are looking exhausted. People are looking like they're not with who they said they were. And if you've been walking in integrity, if you've been doing what you've needed to do when it needed to be done, you looking real good right now. You looking real sturdy right now. Yeah, that's the energy, you guys. So I hope that you're on the right side of history, because, babe, yeah. So right now, if you've really been doing the work without cutting corners, you're looking really good right now. If you've been maintaining your integrity, you're looking really good right now. If you've been, you know, writing down your dreams, goals, hopes, and wishes, you're looking really good right now. But we have the moon that has, I guess, just barely entered into this second house. So with the moon being in Capricorn, we're really now, and we always are, but even more than ever, you can take advantage of different techniques, manifestation techniques that are that are that you're drawn to help you manifest yourself in the reality that you truly desire. So, but I'm getting an emphasis on visualization. So, seeing yourself in that corporate seat that you've been striving towards, and you have already been taking very solid steps, and you have been establishing things. So I'm also getting like, this is for stuff, this is not new things, this is for stuff that you've already set intention for, you've already been doing the work for, you've already been setting you've already been making steps towards, you've already made some kind of you have substantiated yourself in your strive towards making things happen for yourself. So you said that you wanted to do something, so you created your website already. Maybe it's not exactly where you want it to be. There's some things you still want to do, there's some things you still want to add, but for the most part you've made some pretty good strives. That's that type of energy. That spiritual team is saying that you've done all this work, you've established all these things, it's looking good, we can see the vision. Have you ever met somebody that's like, oh yeah, I want to do this and I want to do that, and so you're like inquiring with them like, okay, like that sounds real good, like, oh, you want to do all of that, like, so 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 like where you at with it, girl, you know, blah 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 blah, all like, here comes the excuses. So you haven't established nothing, so you haven't established nothing, like, you know what I'm saying. So this message is for somebody that you have a goal, a dream, a desire. You've already like shown the universe that you've taken steps to actually make it happen for you. You have something established. But spiritual team is saying like, and what else? What else? What else? Yeah, what else? So spiritual team, the universe is hyping us up. It's like, what else? Love that for us. So basically, it's kind of like, say you wanted position, you see yourself. I'm hearing prestige. You see yourself. Like, that's another thing is with the in as it's relating to this black Lilith that we just talked about, there may be something that's kind of like, why you? Like, what makes you think? Like, that type of thing. Or there might be people around you that don't see what you see for yourself. And spiritual team is saying, like, what else? For real, like, what else? Because they are giving us the permission to, like, really materialize. They want us to put on ourselves in our visualization techniques all of the material things that we want. So you want the job, and spiritual team is wanting you to think of yourself in this position, and with all of the bells and whistles as well. So it's kind of like a build up. So we're already past this part, but it's kind of like, if you want to be, you're going for this position, right? You're working at Subway, but you want the manager, you want to be a supervisor. You kind of have to think of yourself as the manager. It's kind of like you have to think bigger just to get what you actually want. So get used to thinking bigger than what you actually want. So if you trying to be the hometown celebrity, you're going to have to think of being the state celebrity. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's saying, with all the things. But spiritual team is saying to use your visualization tools to do that. But again, with the black moon Lilith being so near, it's kind of like something about what you want is kind of like shamed about. Like even the example that I gave, you want to be the hometown celebrity, but it's just like, I shouldn't want that. Like, I shouldn't want that. It's kind of like that. It's like, that seems so frivolous. It seems so surface level. But if that's your desire, if that's what's in you, spiritual team is encouraging us to really give life to what we want, really prioritize what we want, and do it unapologetically. Love that for us. So, I guess Pluto has been in, look, it's still in the second house, and it's saying that it's in retrograde. So it seems like we may be getting a glimpse of something that we want, and I'm hearing aptitude. So we may be getting a glimpse, like we might go to an event, a networking event, or just an event that we can network at, and it's kind of like, okay, maybe I can do this. Like, oh, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so intimidating, but it's just a feature. It's kind of like, you kind of like when you say you wanted something and then it manifests, but spiritual team was like, all right, that's enough. We just wanted to see how you was going to react. We just wanted you to see, to practice. Like, ooh, now after the day after the event, you're kind of like, ooh, I wish I would have said this that way. I wish I would have done this. Like, oh, I like that I did that. I like that this had happened. I feel like I made a few connections. Like, it's kind of like that. So we may be experiencing a preview. And one thing that I know that comes up is like, sometimes spiritual team is trying to give us a preview to help us to continue to manifest and bring in what we said that we wanted, but we find ourselves disappointed, and I'm hearing disarray, because we think that we like, oh, I thought this was gonna be it, and it wasn't it. Where something about the experience is fleeting, and spiritual team is like, okay, now go manifest with that. They wanted to give you something tangible in the form of an experience, so that you could go back to the lab and build upon that. So if you've been manifesting finding a relationship and then you meet somebody and y'all do a few dates or one date, but it doesn't really go anywhere. It's because it was just a preview. It was a opportunity for us to kind of like, okay, let's see how we're in this setting. We're doing this, we're having this conversation. This person kind of threw me a little curveball, or, oh, I wasn't expecting that question, but I enjoyed that. But it doesn't necessarily have to be the end all be all. So, with Pluto being in retrograde, still in the second house, let me see, still in the second house in Aquarius, is kind of like we're getting a new POV. We're being presented with a new POV, and an example is just me doing this. Like I told you, I didn't even know that my phone had this feature. I always see this feature on, like, on Instagram, other people doing it, but I didn't know how they was doing. I was thinking they got some kind of special technology that they was doing it. Girl, on my phone, I did not even notice. I got this phone like 2 months ago, and I just now finding out about this feature. And so, I always do my readings. At first, I was doing my readings like face on, but the earbuds that I have, they're not really picking up my volume like I need to, so that you guys can get quality video. So I was just like, dang. So then I changed it, and I've been doing my readings where the phone is facing the spread instead. So it was like a different point of view. So now I've been doing my readings that way. Hope you guys are enjoying that. But because my phone is on the stand, it picks up my sound better. And so I'm just moving in a different way. And this POV is a different way. So notice that when something, the way that you're doing is going to be changed, and kind of go with it, and put your foot in, and so yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I think I'm gonna stop here, but I would like to do more of these videos in the future. I stopped at this Pluto in retrograde in the second house in Aquarius. So that's the tea on that, and I'll probably pop in and continue. So we'll do a cute little part one, and I'll go around the world. That's pretty much it. Love that for you. Bye, you guys. Oh, wait. Let me see if I could show you this also. I want to show you the. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. So, also, you guys, I do have free resources on my website that I want to show you. So, I have some free resources. This is for anyone that feels like they have any negative energy on them. It's called Got Negative Energy. These are some things that you could do. I have noticed in my past with different clients that they feel like maybe, because spirituality is real trendy right now. And there's a lot of people like trying to show people how to put people in their shoes and freeze people and put them in jars and crazy shit like that. And I think there's a lot of paranoia about people feeling like someone put something on them. First of all, don't ever let anybody be that powerful. But I did create this free resource in the form of a PDF for anybody that just feel like there's something on them, or you feel like you got negative energy in general and you don't know what to do about it. There's an explanation. And then I also have a visual portal for you guys. That is also a free resource. And I have a couple of other free resources that I still need to post on the website for you guys. And you can always book a reading from me through the All You Can Ask Oracle Den. If you want to learn more about me, definitely check out the About Me, the About Day Royale. Oh, look. Oh, she's so cute. She cute or whatever. I have a lot of interviews that I have done where I kind of explain more. You could just learn more about my perspective on life, love that for me. If you ever get to the point where you want to bless me, donate to me, support me and my channel, I have all the channels. And I also have just some fun activities. Like if you want to learn about your Myers-Briggs personality, that was something that really helped me during a point in my life. You could also follow me on the gram, you know what I'm saying? You can follow me on the ground, learn about my code of ethics as a spiritual advisor, my disclaimers, read reviews about your girl, all the things, you guys. So yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this segment and are looking forward to many more. That's pretty much it. Bye.